Good morning, my loves. Happy Wednesday. It is a chilly morning here at the lake. The high today is 64. For us, that is just super cold. It really isn't that bad. It means I get to hang out to my cashmere sweaters just a little bit longer, so I'm not complaining too much. It will warm up. By Sunday, we are back in the 80s. Just goofy weather in Arizona. The interesting thing, so from Phoenix south is considered the valley. I live, and the valley split into East Valley and West Valley. I'm considered East Valley. That doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but just so you know, Phoenix is the valley, East Valley, West Valley. North of Phoenix, when you get into Prescott, Sedona, Flagstaff, that's considered the high country because of the elevation. And I saw on the news this morning, because I'd been up since 4, they're getting 6 to 8 inches of snow. One of these days, I'm going to go, to Flagstaff, Sedona, Prescott, something, and experience snow again. I haven't seen snow for 6 years. I'm from the Midwest, born and raised in Kansas, lived in Missouri for several years, and we got snow. I mean, we got some serious snow, and I kind of miss it a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. So one of these days, I'm going to have to go back and, experience it again. So today is Wednesday. It is Ash Wednesday. As I stated, I grew up in the Midwest, and I lived in St. Louis for a number of years. And last evening, it dawned on me it was Fat Tuesday. Mardi Gras. I missed Mardi Gras. If you live in St. Louis does Mardi Gras proud. Oh, trust me. If you want to do it the right way, you go to NOLA, N-O-L-A, New Orleans, Louisiana. They do it upright. Absolutely, the home of Mardi Gras. But the next best thing is, in my opinion, St. Louis. St. Louis does it proud. And I've worked at law firms for a number of years, nurse consulting. And the vendors that the law firms work with will send king cakes. It's a very special cake. And it's kind of a brioche. It's a different kind of bread. It's not like a chocolate cake. It's a different kind of bread to the cake, but it's good. Okay, imagine a cinnamon roll that's actually a cake. That's the easiest way for me to explain it. And the frosting is yellow and green and purple, and they hide a little plastic baby on the inside. And whoever gets the baby, you have to be really careful eating a king cake that you don't accidentally swallow the little plastic baby. But they get, good luck, maybe a new marriage, maybe a new baby. It's a thing. But it dawned on me last night, I've missed that. I'm missing the Midwest just a little bit, as you can tell. So today, if yesterday was Fat Tuesday, they call it Fat Tuesday because back in the day, you would clean out the larder, you clean out the refrigerator, because today is Ash Wednesday. Lent is upon those that observe, those of the Christian Catholic faith. Lent is upon us. So, as you know, with Lent, you give up something for 40 days. Also, just kind of happens to fall the same time. Ramadan, for those of the Muslim faith, starts today. And they too start fasting. And I'll explain the difference because I think it's fascinating. I have a lot of friends, of course, that are Christian, Catholic, and Muslim. So I'm kind of familiar with this. So as you know, most people know, with the Christian Catholic faith, during Lent, you sacrifice for 40 days. You give up something to strengthen your connection to Christ. Okay, you are supposed to give up something you enjoy. You are not supposed to be giving up broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, or liver. Give up something, you really enjoy, like chocolate or meat, something that means something to you. Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm giving up kale. You do that. Good for you. Let it go. For Ramadan, it's intense. I mean, for the next month until, and I'm going to mispronounce it, I always do. I think it's pronounced Eid, E-I-D. And I think it's a month. They fast, Muslims will fast from sunup to sundown. Oh yeah, that's serious. So they get up before dawn and eat a substantial breakfast and brush their teeth. Because when they fast, it's not even water, no gum, nothing, until sundown. That is a serious fast. And to do this for a month, that is serious. That takes some faith now. That's more than giving up a little liver or broccoli. And I'm going to get this wrong. And I'm not trying to offend anybody. If I do, my apologies. Those that do not participate are people with serious health issues like diabetes that are dependent upon protein and food intake. If you're pregnant, if you're a child, I think it's under the age of like 12 or 13, I think. I could be wrong. If you're elderly, things like that, you don't have to participate. But that is a serious fast. And they do this to deepen their spiritual connection to Allah. And again, that's a beautiful thing for those that do it. I'm very proud of all of you that are sacrificing something for Lent, participating in Lent, and for those participating in Ramadan. Y'all are strong folks. I am very proud of everybody. Very, very proud. Because it's not easy. But doing anything to strengthen your spiritual connection, I think is wonderful. And I was speaking to someone last evening that's struggling with an addiction. And they have had quite the time. And there's a connection between the two. Hang on. So when you're fasting for Lent or Ramadan, whatever, or sacrificing for Lent and fasting for Ramadan, you give up, food, you give up something for the bigger picture, right? To strengthen your connection to your spiritual entity, which is beautiful. And when somebody's dealing with an addiction, they sacrifice everything for one thing. They do just the opposite. So with an addiction, you are sacrificing your family, maybe your job. You steal, you lie, you cheat, you sacrifice your self-respect, your body, your health, your mental health, all for one thing, for that high. The person that I was dealing with has a coke issue. So they've run out of sacrifices. They have hit rock bottom, and I'm glad they have, because now they're ready to heal. But they have sacrificed so much. They have stolen from family members. They have stolen from friends. They've sold their body. They have done everything under the sun to support their habit, whatever it took to feed that addiction, to feed that one thing, to get that hit. And that's really sad. So they're going into recovery, and they've already started. It's a day-by-day process. I have all the faith in the world in them. They're going to do fine. It's not going to be easy, but nothing ever is. But instead of sacrificing everything for one thing, now they're sacrificing one thing for everything. They're giving up the drug, the one thing, to get everything back, to get their health back, their family back, their friends back, to be able to have a job again and to have a life again. And I am very, very proud of them. And that's a lot. And it's not easy, but they're going to do it. And I will be right here, as they know, to help them every step of the way. I have worked with a lot of addicts in my day. And whether you're addicted to porn, gambling, drugs, alcohol, anorexia, whatever it is, you can do it. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. You have to have a good, strong support system. That support system is not going to rub your nose in your mistakes. You're not going to throw the mistake up in your face. They're going to stand by you. They are not going to enable you. They're not going to say, well, okay, here's $20. Now, I don't want to do this again, but don't you tell anybody. You go out and you get you whatever you need to get you through the day. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to tell you, I love you enough not to help you blow up your life. That's a friend. That is somebody that truly loves you. When they tell you, they look you square in the eye and they say, no, baby, I love you to the moon and back. I am not going to help you blow up your life. I'm not going to do it. I will be here to hold your hand and to support you, to hold your hair as you're throwing up. I will do whatever it takes, but I will not help you blow up your life, blow up your relationship with your kids, your marriage, your job, whatever it is. That's love. And that's what you have to do. There are going to be days when they backslide. We all backslide. We all have bad days. That's okay. You recognize it when it happens. Crap, this happened. Okay, it's not going to happen again. You immediately make the change and start over. You don't say, well, I've screwed up once today, let's just go for broke. No. We'll use an alcoholic as an example. Excuse me, as an example. They go out to lunch with with colleagues, and everybody's having a drink, and they don't even think about it. Somebody just orders them a drink, and they drink it without thinking because they're talking and participating in the conversation, and then it's like, oh crap. Okay, you made a mistake. Recognize it. I made a mistake. It's not going to happen again because I'm worth more than this. Because you are. You are worth sobriety. You are worth having a happy, healthy life. You recognize what you've done. Stop. We're not doing it again. And you immediately start over. You don't say, well, okay, I've had one, let's have 3 more. No. You recognize the mistake. You immediately rectify it, and you move forward. And if you're an alcoholic, if you're an addict, go to a meeting as soon as possible, because that's where you're going to get the really, really good support. People that have been down that path, that can hold your hand and walk you through it because they've been there. In many situations in life, you can be as supportive as you want, but until you've walked the path, until I've had cancer, I've had a double mastectomy, until somebody has gone through cancer and has had chemo, and radiation, and surgery, and all of that, you can be as supportive as you want. But until you have been on the receiving end of that, it's a little different. People going through divorce, the same thing. Going through a breakup is one thing. Going through a divorce is another. Same thing. Having a baby, having kids is one thing to talk about. It's another thing to do it and raise them. So for everybody that is sacrificing one thing for the bigger thing today and for the next month, I am very, very proud of you. I am here if you need to talk, if you need to vent. For those fasting, through Ramadan, if you need to vent, call me. I do this every year. There's going to be a lot of migraines, a lot of headaches, dehydration headaches. Keep it in check. And I'm proud of you. Hang in there.